What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. We're back on the Survival Hunter. I got my moose out today. I actually got to play a defensive pet. I didn't have to bring Bloodlust to the dungeon, so I'm going to talk about the plus 20 Temple Jade Serpent that we did. I want to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to do the dungeon. First of all, important things to look out for. And most importantly, actually, I want to talk about things to learn from. And there's going to be a bunch of things that I mess up in this dungeon. And I've had some people in the past like criticizing my gameplay, being like, you're such a scrub or whatever, like you shouldn't make these kinds of mistakes. And it's like, this is how you learn how to get better, is by making mistakes. And there are several mistakes I make in this dungeon and in every dungeon that I learn from and I get better at. And then eventually, we get really good at it and you don't make those mistakes anymore. But just a word for all of you guys. Don't be discouraged if you make mistakes in big dungeons or mess things up. That's just how you learn. You don't get better unless you make those kinds of mistakes. So let's look at the build quickly before I jump into the video. I was running Birds of Prey still. I had Hydra's Bite. This is kind of my little pivot on the build, and I don't run Death Chakram. There's a lot of button bloat on Survival Hunter, I find. So I cut out Death Chakram, and I just get another point in serrated shots. So my Serpent Stings and my Bleeds are stronger, and my Serpent Stings are 20% stronger from Hydra's Bite as well. And, of course, you get the Cleaving Arrows. So by the end of the dungeon, my damage, of course... this is the wrong dungeon. Go back to this. This one here. My damage was decent. You can see the, obviously, Mongoose Bite's going to be really high, but Serpent Sting damage is very high because we're investing a little bit more into Serpent Sting. I like this. I think Poison Injection is absolutely fine, and you should probably run Poison Injection. It's very good, don't get me wrong, but I like Serpent Sting. Hydra's Bite, sorry. I like the 20% more damage. So I took a little bit of extra healing from Rejuvenating Wind because I'm low gear in this key. I'm doing a plus 20. I'm only 402. I should be more like 405 to 410 would be a much better place to be, like 410 especially. This is, of course, one of my alt characters, so I'm not quite there yet. I'm getting Valor as much as possible, and I'm trying to get upgrades going, but it takes a lot of time. So that's the build. It's a pretty standard build with Birds of Prey, and I just have Hydra's Bite, no Death Chakram, serrated shots. That's the build. Let's jump into the dungeon. All right, we're here into the dungeon, and have we started yet? Oh, yeah. Forgot what we were talking about there, but anyway, we'll put the key in. The opening trash here, of course, has the really big mobs that do the splashes that hurts everybody. My advice, this is a fortified week. You should absolutely lust this pack. You don't need lust on the first boss. You just don't. Remember, I'm trying to be careful here. One thing I want to say, as somebody who has healed this dungeon before, you need to just let your characters get hit by this splash here. What's it called again? Ripple, right? Tainted Ripple. Just keep doing damage and get hit by it. It's not the end of the world. If you have a good healer, they can keep everybody topped up. You really just should do that. This whole hiding behind stuff business, like on a much higher key, like a plus 25 maybe, you might want to do that. But on like a plus 20 like this, you really don't need it. Everybody's pumping so much damage. If I had 10 more item levels, I'd be over 200k. So this thing would already be dead. So my advice is to just say, just take the damage and get healed through it, and don't worry about it. Even on this one here, I spend way too much time like hiding. Like, look at me right now, like an idiot, waiting for the caster. There's Tainted Ripple. I get hit by it anyway because I'm such an idiot. So this is like mistake number one. You just should take the damage. Just take it. Let your healer know that you're planning on taking it, and they can blow cooldowns here. It is fortified. It's not tyrannical. So, like, this is where you should be expected. This is where you should be expected to blow cooldowns as a healer anyway. You're not expected to do it as much on a boss. In fact, most bosses, especially in Temple, they're really boring. There's nothing going on. So just get your healer to blow their healing cooldowns here. That's advice number one, okay? But this trash is pretty deadly on Fortified. Just be kind of careful. But my advice would just be to just pump as much damage as possible. Stop worrying about Tainted Ripple. Let your healer deal with it. That's what they're there for. They're there to heal. So, big things to kick here, though, is Tidal Burst. Hydrolances can hurt a lot. Look at my health there. I had Survival of the Fittest on there, and I got hit by a Hydrolance. So, it is pretty nasty, and you need to have some sort of strategy with your group as to how you're going to kick Hydrolances and the Tidal Burst, because those will kill you. So yeah, just kind of figure that out. I'm going to push ahead to the boss here. First boss, again, is literally, like, you shouldn't die here, even though, spoiler alert, there's an upcoming Zuko death here because I'm an idiot. But What you do need for the first boss is a kick order on Hydrolance. Make sure you actually have that, because the higher you go with this, like on 21s and 22s, I was doing a 21 Tyrannical last week, I think, on my Shaman, and it hurt so much. Hydrolance was hitting people for 75% of their max HP, so you really got to be careful there. You're running around in a circle here, right? Remember, the water that pulses, it'll go 1, 2, 3, and then it'll jump, right? So 1, 2, 3. Oh, then maybe that was the 1, 2, 3, and then it goes. Now, I'm an idiot here. I thought he stopped. I thought he started his beam here, but he started it like here, and I'm about to pay the price there, so I'm an idiot. Yeah, he actually. Anyway, I just wasn't looking before, so don't be dumb. Like, don't be greedy.
I thought I went far enough.
I thought I went far enough, but I didn't. So that's me being stupid. I won't make that mistake again. But just know, there's actually a weak core. I think Asterial has a weak core or something. Maybe he can comment on this video. Asterial's calling it out most of the time. He just Hydrolanced me. So much damage.
Hydrolance hurt.
Let's listen for Asterial here. It's hard to hear him. But listen here. I think he talks about it. No, he's not doing it now. Of course. The point is, there is a timer up here. You can see 2. I think that's just his wash away. So you can see how long the wash away is going for, which is great. But there's also another weak core you can get that has a timer that counts out the 1, 2, 3 splash. 1, 2, 3 splash. And it really helps you with the cadence. That's all you have to worry about in this fight, really. And then kicking Hydrolance. Very, very important. Okay, this boss takes a while, but just do it right, and you're good. Don't be a goof like me. Don't be impatient. This next set of trash is fairly dangerous. They put the little burning torch debuff on you, and the tank gets wrecked by these little Shaw dudes. So there's a fear they do. You need to kick the fear, and then right now I've got the torch on my character right here. You need to pop something for this. You need to help your healer. This thing is so nasty. If you have a priest like we have Asterial, he can actually mass dispel it. I'm not sure if he does here. He might. He probably did right there, or either that or the healer. I think he masked it, because usually 2 torches go. Oh no, there's a second torch there. So now the healer doesn't have a dispel for that. So the healer can only ever dispel one of these torches, or if you have a priest, you can mass dispel them, which is great. But either way, just pop your defensive and stay safe, man. Especially if you have low gear like my hunter does. Just stay safe, because that does so much damage. On fortified, it will kill you. It'll just kill you. Otherwise, you need to kick haunting guys. Okay. This next pack around the corner, this has got the sleepy fish. You need to kick the sleeping soliloquy. I think it's called something soliloquy right there. Sleepy solo. I got it right. Kick this. I think Joe kicks it here. I'm ready to kick it though. I think we both go. So actually, that's a mistake, because I think we're gonna need a kick in a minute. So I think Joe gets put to sleep here. So again, you need to establish a kick order, right? Here comes Sleepy Soliloquy number 2. One of us should have kicked first, and the other one can kick second. Just don't overlap them. So Joe's asleep right now, asleep on the job, as a Death Knight should be. But just important to organize that stuff. As you climb into the higher keys, you must have that stuff organized, or else you'll just die. You know, something will just go really wrong, especially with things like the fear from this haunting dude here. It's so annoying. Look at the crits on Fury of the Eagle. It's so good, man. Oh, that there was all of these little ads right here. Look at their health bars. That guy's got 10%. He's got 1%. 2. Look at, they're all about to die. This is so stupid. I have my defensive up, and I have my Fortitude of the Bear up. I need to use one of them. I should have been watching the health bars of the little Shaws. I wasn't looking, and lo and behold, they kill me. So that's my mistake. That is where if you're going to pump that much damage into those ads that quickly, you need to help yourself as a DPS. Don't expect the healer to bail you out, The only thing that could have saved you there was probably like a Link Totem. Maybe a bark skin from a druid, like a Resto Druid. But bottom line is, as a DPS, it's your responsibility to try and stay alive as much as you can. If you die, like 9 times out of 10, it's your fault. It just is. And that means that you can always do something like use Survival of the Fittest, use Fortitude of the Bear. That's why you have those defensives. Just use them. Even though Survival Hunter has the least survivability of almost every spec, we still have some, all right? You still got some. Here I pop my cooldown Coordinated Assault. Because, again, I've got the kill shot, right? I got Birds of Prey. So this is the best time to use
I got
it.
Fit of Rage there.
The upcoming boss is not a good time to use Birds of Prey because I don't want to be hitting both of them at the same time. I want to be hitting one of them. So I might as well get it out here. Get the AoE value right here. This is probably the tougher part between this and the boss anyway because, again, it's Fortified Week, right? Actually, the next boss is kind of taxing on the healer, but ooh, I think they stood in some swirlies there. You got to watch the blue swirlies that are going out. They will rock your world on Fortified. Like, they will kill you. A Fortified 20, you take 2 of those swirlies, you're dead. Maybe even just 1. So, anyway, we get through it. Come down here, beat this guy up. We couldn't clear our buffs because the healer died. This was really dumb. The healer was coming around the corner. So, like, the healer died and respawned, and then Thundering happened, and it usually... Anyway, that's the dumbest shit ever.
Why does it kill you?
I hate that Thundering works like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We set up for the next boss. I'm trying to drink to get my buff. I don't get it. It's okay. We're sad. So now we're doing 7
lost
stacks,
here.
and we switch, right?
No.
Okay, so 7 stacks, and we switch. Asterio's just pumping, so I actually have the debuff on me right now. Look at the debuff here. This is the damage debuff. It gives you more damage. So you should put this on whoever's doing the most damage. So I realized pretty quickly that I've got it on me, and I'm going to be the weakest because I don't have a lot of gear.
I'll take this.
So I'm like, Asterio, just take this buff. Please do damage. And lo and behold, he does. He's doing 120k. So that's good. That's what you want to do. You should put that on whoever's doing the most damage because then they'll just do more, right? Absolutely, that's what you should do. And I don't want it on me because I'm not very tanky. Asterio is like a fully geared main character. He's going to be really tanky
Switch.
compared to me. So that's what you should do with that debuff. Keep switching at 7 stacks, and you'll never really have an issue with these guys, okay? Just keep switching back and forth, yada, yada. It's a very boring
Well,
fight.
He's doing more damage. Good.
And there we go. Okay? So Asterio did double my damage there.
Last boss in the
Partially
room feels
because
like
he
the
had
Joker. Am I just bad?
he had the
No,
amp there, but
absolutely.
also because he's just got lots of gear. It's his main character. So now we're lusting this
One
trash.
here. Oh, well. I got Mistweaver, I got
You can
Mistweaver.
either lust this trash or the next room with all the trash. I think you should lust the next room coming up. That's what Asterio and I are talking about right now. I think this is probably the wrong place to do it, but it doesn't really matter. Again, bunch of little Shaws here that are going to blow up. I need to be very careful here, right? I need to have a defensive ready to go for the Shaws. I popped Survival of the Fittest. It's on right now. I popped it a little early, but I still have 4 seconds left on Survival of the Fittest. Lo and behold, all the Shaws blow up, and my health is okay. I barely even took any damage. Now, that's partially because the Druid was paying attention, the Resto Druid. But, again, you need to help your healer out. Help your healer out as much as you can. Always have your defensives ready to go.
Panicked. Blinked right through everybody.
Yeah, the mage panicked on the Thundering, getting a Thunder there. The Shaw is enraged here. You can see the little enraged thing above his head. We do have Trank Shot. I use it right there. I didn't have it bound to a button yet, but I need to bind it. This week, if you're a hunter, you need to have Trank Shot bound to your bars somewhere. So you can see I target this guy, and then I come over here and I click Trank Shot. I know that's tragic to see that I clicked on it. I'm very sorry, but I promise you today I bound it. I put it into where Feign Death is actually, and then I put Feign Death over here. There's too many binds, okay? I don't want to talk about it. There's too many binds. Bottom line is you need to bind Trank Shot to your bars this week.
LOS thing's not going to stop.
On here, if you don't have a Giga Chad tank like Joe, this Mistweaver, if you pull this Mistweaver and then you like tuck yourself into the wall over here, she will still channel her Defiling Mist onto somebody and she'll kill them. So don't do that.
This chick from
Either
Jackson,
get
I
a
got
Death
one
Knight to
there.
pull them,
Okay, that's where we're
like Joe just did,
at. Grab the first one.
or you need to run out and kick the Defiling Mist because she'll just cast it anyway. That is a really important part of this pull. She needs to have Defiling Mist kicked. And then Joe gets absolutely decked from Dark Claw. So if you're healing this key, you need to watch your tank's health. Here comes Dark Claw. See that little guy right there casting Dark Claw? Watch Joe's health. 3, 2, 1, boom. He gets smacked. And then there's another Setting Sun Kick, which is another tank. There's like 2 tank busters here. It's absolutely stupid. So watch Joe gets wrecked again right here. Here comes Dark Claw. Watch Joe's health. Oh, he must have absorbed that one. What a Chad. Is there another Dark Claw? Oh, now they're enraged. So I need to Trank Shot one of these right now. That was a mistake. Thankfully, we have a Druid. He got one of them. But look at Joe's health from 1 Dark Claw. That is insane. Anyway, I need to be Trank Shotting one if the Druid is going to use his Soothe as well. So Again, I wasn't doing that as much as I
Both on
should
the
have.
side.
Another tip for you guys, another thing that I kind of messed up a bit. It's always easy to learn from the things you do wrong. So easy. So easy to learn from that stuff. Here comes some big AoE damage from us. Fury of the Eagle plus explosive shot soon. I don't have it yet. We'll get it up here in a second. There's explosive shot. And here, if you don't have somebody getting the Haunting Shaw, when he tries to do his fear, you need to have somebody do that. So Joe, again, Joe takes care of so many of these things. It's really, really great. There's Haunting Scream right there. I think I kick it here. No, somebody else does. So Joe keeps getting it. Joe has a really good kick as well. He's a ranged kick for a melee, right? The only other melee in the game, well, there's Demon Hunters and Enhancement Shamans. Range kicks are so important. They're really, because I have to get within melee range to land mine. So then we pull a little bit bigger. We pull the middle guy with this pack. Again, the more mobs your tank can handle stacking together, the better it's going to be. There's Haunting Scream going off. We do end up kicking. I end up kicking it there.
Oh, can you get Haunting Scream every time?
But Joe's on top of it, man. Joe has got it. And if the more your tank can handle, the better it is, right? Because it frees you up to just do damage. Here, I think I popped both my... No, I just popped Survival of the Fittest. Again, the Shaws are detonating. The Haunting Shaws are detonating. I have survival. I would have died here, 100%. I would have died right here if I did not pop my defensive. I'm at half health, and I pop survival right now. Then the rest of them detonate, and then watch my health. Ting, ting, ting. I would have died. So just watch out. Whenever the Shaws detonate, just get your defensive ready. Just help your healer, man. They will thank you.
Spacing.
We're doing 160k AoE right now. Really strong without even using Explosive Shot yet. Here comes Explosive Shot for some more damage. Yeah, good. Survival Hunter is so good, man. It's so good. Here's the last pack. Same stuff. Nothing crazy here. Last two packs. Let's get to the... Oh, yeah. What happened here?
Did I release?
Let's see what happened here. Oh, the Shaws blow up, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. What did I have? I had Fortitude. Look, Fortitude of the Bear was coming back. So, again, this is my fault. Okay, I could have Fortituded here, and I could have Exhilarated. I was a little tight on Fortitude, but I could have Exhilarated.
Oh, shoot.
So that's my fault.
Should I release?
Again, this is the stuff. Don't make these same mistakes, guys. I hope you're learning right now. This section where all the Shaws are detonating all the time, just be very mindful of your defensive cooldowns. Just have them ready to go. Don't be afraid to use them. Just stay alive, okay? It's really important. Here comes the boss. Very important here that we go in and out. This is an in and out fight for us, and Survival Hunter is built for this fight. You're going to disengage out right now.
Halston, you made it? Nice. Oh,
I was looking at chat.
I'm so done.
So disengage out. Don't make that mistake. Don't look at chat.
Get out.
What you want to basically do here is disengage and then harpoon back in. So that's kind of the rhythm of this fight. And Survival Hunter has so many gap closers. You can literally disengage out and harpoon back in. You can disengage out and coordinated assault back in. You can use flanking strike to get back in. There's a million ways. There's a million ways to get back in. So just keep that in mind. It's very, very easy for us to kind of do this fight as melee.
Well, looks like it
And
doesn't do
just
anything.
play it
Great.
safe. Just play it safe.
I know. Always the first one.
Don't be
Fine.
stupid. Don't be looking at Twitch chat, okay? It'll get you killed. Just don't do that. Joe does a great job in this fight. Jade Serpent Strike is so nasty. He basically just AMS's one of them, and AMZ's another one, I think, and then just Death Strikes his way through another one. So really good job by him. Our damage was really low because I died like an idiot. Yeah, but no big deal. This is all on the tank and the healer. This fight has nothing to do with the DPS at all. If you die in this fight as a DPS, it's totally your fault. It's all avoidable damage, okay? So, again, I died here because I was looking at Twitch chat, so just don't do that. But this is just on the tank and the healer. You just have to make sure they do their thing. Here, I really like to always get this mob on the left. Joe is busy grabbing these two guys, so I'm going to harpoon over here. I didn't even get a chance to. I just kicked this guy so you can bring him in. Just kick the guys, the stragglers, and bring them in so that Joe can group them up and do big giga damage. There is a Mistweaver here, the Defiler chick. She does the Defiler move. Very important. One thing you can do, if you don't have somebody who can kick Defiling Mist, you can always use Freezing Trap. And as a Survival Hunter, the travel time on Freezing Trap is zilch because you're right next to the mobs. The travel time for like Marksman Hunter and BM Hunter can sometimes be a little bit longer because they're really far away. So for us, Freezing Trap is instant, and it's really, really good for that reason. So don't be afraid to use Freezing Trap. I end up using it here on one of the mobs Because we
Yeah,
start
got
getting
it, yeah.
Hydrolanced in a second here. Let me look at the third pack. This last pack, there's double Hydrolance going off.
There.
I get wrecked here. That's one Hydrolance hitting me.
Oh my god, stop it.
So I don't have enough health basically to like do this pull.
Titles.
I need to pop
Yeah, I'll get
Fortitude to the
the
bear. I think I get
Fortitude.
double Hydrolanced right here. Look at these double Hydrolances. Oh, one went to Sterile, one went to me. One went to the healer there. Two went to the mage.
Oh, the Hydrolances.
I was waiting to kick the Mistweaver. Again, this is what we needed to coordinate a lot better. Joe and I needed to be talking a little bit of Sterile. Probably needed to talk to him a little bit and say, okay, which one do you want to kick? What are you going to interrupt? Yada, yada, yada. What should I use Freezing Trap on? Because I end up dying right like there to double Hydrolance. So
Yeah, the Hydras.
we need to, this is something you need to coordinate in your groups, guys. Don't make the same mistake that we did here.
Keeps getting double Hydra.
We just kind of kept letting them go off. We needed to be using all of our stuff here. Right at the very end as well, Defiling Mist is going out, and it's starting to chunk me. I'm starting to die, and so I just pop a Freezing Trap here. It stops it right away.
got it,
So
I got it.
we were kind of all out of
Okay.
kicks and stuff.
Oh, shoot, I didn't
Unfortunately,
use Freezing Trap. God damn it.
I needed to use Freezing Trap
Yeah.
for the next pack. We're going to Freezing Trap this Minion of Doubt. There's two Minions of Doubt here. This one here and this one here. They both do the AoE Fear, and they do the Giga Tank Buster. So you want to freeze one of them with a Freezing Trap. So I throw it right here,
2,
and then
1.
Joe pulls the rest of the pack. This is the best way to do this last pack on Fortified. You should never fight this entire pack together on Fortified. It will murder you in your sleep, okay? So just do it this way. Freeze the one guy. Then you only have to deal with one of the Haunting Freeze guys. Haunting Scream guys, sorry. And Joe can handle that. So now we're just pumping as much damage as we can. We're up to 120, 130k here, 140. We're pumping, dude. We're pumping 150. Good damage. Feeling good. Getting lots of damage done. Now, my Freezing Trap almost wears off here. And Joe just pulls the minion in, I think. Yeah, Joe just pulls the last one in. And then we
Bring in
kill
the
him.
boss, yeah.
Now we start the boss. We're a little low on time. We only have 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay, this is really tight. Ideally on a tyrannical. Actually, no, wait. This is fortified. So if this was tyrannical, we absolutely would not be able to time it. But this is fortified. So with 3 minutes left, we might be able to do it, but we don't have lust. So it's a little bit dicey. So anyway, we get going here. He's gonna jump to the middle of the room and spawn the ads very soon. Okay, right near the beginning of the fight. What you want to do is group up together. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be in the corner of the room if you want to. It really doesn't matter. You just need to be grouped together, okay? So we group up here. All the minions spawn. I'm going to use Binding Shot here. These guys are going to murder me. They will murder me. So I Binding Shot them, and then I've saved all my AoE damage, Explosive Shot and Fury of the Eagle, and my bombs, and then I'm rotating around the outside of the mobs, and I'm doing my butchery. I do have the lunge talent, which gives me 3 extra yards of range, which is really, really good. That's going to help me do damage even though I'm really far away from the enemies, because otherwise I'm going to get meleeed to death. So I want to be very careful there. So now I pop Coordinated Assault. You could argue I should have popped Coordinated Assault on the ads. That's probably true. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference because they would have died pretty quickly. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I've Coordinated Assault is running. I'm doing as much damage as I can. This gets really tight, though. We only have 2 minutes left. And we just need to pump as much damage as we can. I'm trying to pump, but I'm just a wee little survival hunter that doesn't have enough gear yet. And we're going. Here comes the next phase, though. The ads are going to be spawning right now. I bind them again. I do Explosive Shot into Fury of the Eagle. I'm being really stupid about my positioning. I'm just so scared of dying. So anyway, I'm out here. I'm pressing Butchery from really far away. Okay. I'm trying to be careful about my positioning. And then I jump to the boss, and we're good. Now we're into the last phase. We're pumping the boss as much as we can, but it's getting really close. We have a minute left. A minute left on the clock, and we're really hoping that we're not going to get another phase of ads. And right at the 30-second mark, we end up getting an additional phase of ads. I just used Fury of the Eagle, hoping that it would... I thought maybe we can kill the boss before the ads come up. Nope. In about 2 seconds here, the ads come back. There's Bounds of Reality. Joe's kind of just like, well,
Yeah,
nice try, guys. And I was like, yeah, it looks like we're not going to get it. I bind them again. I throw an Explosive Shot. I probably didn't even need to bind them, to be honest, but whatever. Then I have my Coordinated Assault come up. So I kill Shot. It does a ton of damage. I'm butchery. One more kill shot, and they're dead. Now we have 10 seconds.
10 seconds, go.
10 seconds left. 3, 2. That was crazy. We actually got it.
1 second left.
I think we had like 2.5 seconds left or so,
Oh
but we
my
actually
God,
got the
that was
kill.
sick.
That was so awesome. Cannot believe we got that.
That was so close.
Woof. Yeah, I
hope
was
we
pretty
got it,
worried
dude.
there. I was pretty worried.
3 seconds to spare.
There you go, guys. We did about 66.5K overall. If I had some more gear, I imagine if I got like 10 more item levels, I could probably be doing 75K overall. I really do believe that. I think we'd be right up there with the best of them. So, Survival Hunter is looking really, really fun. I loved it. This was a plus 20 Temple of the Jade Serpent. I hope this helps you guys. I hope some of these things can be helpful for you and you can learn a little bit from these keys. Again, I love presenting these keys in this kind of fashion because I just want to show you guys what you can improve on. Maybe I can help you with some stuff to get better. Some of the mistakes that I'm making, I'm hoping that you guys don't have to make them either. So let me know what you think in the comments down below about this kind of video on Survival Hunter. Let me know if you want more videos that are kind of introspective like this, talking about the mistakes that I've made and how you can improve, because I really do enjoy making them. So thank you guys so much again for watching. I love you all. I will see you in the next one.